Good morning. Welcome to Real Life with Andrea. This morning I am in the car again, and I have a busy day ahead of me. I got up early this morning. I did do my Bible study in my prayer time, was able to get the kitchen straightened up at least once, and my young one ready for the day, and showered, and am dressed in a little bit better than yoga pants, but moving in the right direction. But today I have to work both of my jobs today and somehow get my other children to and from their jobs. So we have a little bit of a puzzle to solve today. So anyway, I thought I would take the time on my way to my first job to post a video. And tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I am thankful for so many things. I am thankful that I have a car to drive. I am thankful for my house, because this last year has been really, really rough, and there have been times where if I just didn't know if I was going to be able to pay my rent or make my car payment. It's been a really rough year financially. I've had to close my business because it was in the negative and not looking like it was going to improve, and I'm considering my options on starting a new business. So more to come on that, but right now I work seasonally at Kohl's, and I also work for a friend who has a catering business off and on whenever she needs my help. So this morning I am headed off to help her get some of her Thanksgiving jobs done, and then heading over to Kohl's. And so it's an incredibly busy season of my life that feels like just busyness. And my parents are moving in with me, and so we're remodeling the bathroom and remodeling the closet. And when I say we, I really don't mean me, but we are living, but I'm still living in the chaos of it. My dad is doing the work because he is a very capable and amazing man who works harder than, I don't know, still that generation still just works so hard. They work from morning until night, and they just do what they have to do to get the job done. And that is a good segue into what we see in even my own generation and younger generations is just, oh my gosh, I worked so hard today. I mean, I had to sit at the computer all day, and then I had to go to Kohl's and work for 4 hours, and just working 6 hours a day is just so hard. Well, I look at my dad, he's in his 70s, and he's still working often an 8-hour day. And when I was young, my dad would get up sometimes at 3 a.m. to get to a job. He was in construction, and so construction workers are often laid off, and you took work where it was when it was. You didn't go, oh, that's too far. Sometimes he would drive 2 hours to work and then work all day, 8 to 10 hours in construction, and then drive home for could have been 14, 16, 18-hour day, depending on the traffic, and then get up the next morning, no matter how much sleep he had, and do it all over again. And he wasn't an absent father. He still was there. He still did the yard work. He still cut the grass. He still took care of the cars. He still did all the home repairs. Like, it is so amazing what the current generation thinks is hard work. I think of my grandfather, who worked his whole life, several jobs, and still managed to help the kids with school and participate in discipline and just so many things. Our generation and younger, we're just so soft, right? We don't do what we have to do. We think somebody else needs to give us something because our life is so hard. And I think that is shameful, and that leads into this whole idea that our children's generation has of that socialism would be a great thing because then I wouldn't really have to work, because everybody would be equal. And so I'd be given things that I don't really have right now and I don't really want to work for. And which is really sad because this country was founded on the fact that how hard you worked is what you were going to achieve. So if you need something, go to work and earn it. Earn it. And yes, sometimes we work really hard and we barely make it. But that hard work gives us something. Internally, it gives us a sense of accomplishment, of self-worth, so many things. Anyway, I am so grateful for the 2 jobs that I am working right now. I am grateful that I have, through the grace of God, been able to keep my head above water and stay and be able to pay my bills, and have food to eat. We aren't hurting for that. And so I am also grateful for children who understand that life is not going to be handed to you. And I know that I raised my children that way. My husband and I raised our children to believe that you needed to earn what you got. Even at home, if they wanted things, they had to do something to earn it. It wasn't just handed to them for free. Other than basic clothing and food, if they wanted designer jeans, I will pay $20 for jeans because that's what the jeans that I would buy you cost. If you want $50 jeans, then you have to figure out how to earn the other $30. And we started that with them when they were young because we needed them to understand the value of $1 and start to look at, do I really want to work 3 hours at a job and get 1 pair of designer jeans? And really, if you had to pay for it all yourself, that's a 5-hour workday just to be able to buy a pair of jeans. So we taught them how to think about that in terms of I can't think of the word, but the trade-off of cost, right? If I want to buy something, I have to trade my time. How much time am I willing to trade in order to have the item that I want to have? But in our current culture, we're just like, oh, I just expect it to be given to you. I'm just going to whatever. And that leads into this whole idea of doing whatever they do online to get clicks. And some of these girls are really, the things that they're doing, I think as they age, they're going to regret. Some of these young men, the way that they talk and the way that they treat people and the way that they reveal themselves and present themselves is frightening and sad. It's a sad commentary on what we're willing to do in order to not put in a hard day's work. There are lots of jobs out there, and I know that they're minimum wage, and so as a person who has a family, working a 40-hour week at a minimum wage job is still not going to cut it when I have to pay for childcare and other things. So I get that there is that trade-off that has to be thought about too. But when we're talking about our teens and our 20s and our early 20s, and you don't have a family, it's just you can work that minimum wage job. You can earn your experience. You can earn how to, learn how to work hard, and that will give you what you need to move into another job. I mean, we don't just get to have the best jobs. We have to earn them, and we earn them through our experience, and we have to start at the bottom of the totem pole. I started working when I was 15 at a Dunkin' Donuts. Okay? By the time I was 17, I was an assistant manager at a fabric store because I continued to work hard and show and learn new skills and show that I was dependable, I was consistent, I was responsible, and I was hardworking. Okay? There is no reason why any person in this country can't do that same thing if they're willing to start at the bottom. And we let our kids do nothing until they are at an age where they have to support themselves, and then having a minimum wage job is hard. Why did they not get jobs when they were 15, 16, 17? And I realize that you think that grades and all this stuff is important. But if your kids are not putting in the work at school, then they should have a job. Because guess what? College students are coming out. They're not getting the best jobs. They're still getting minimum wage jobs. And you've lost years of experience. You've lost years of opportunity to get experience in the workforce that shows that you are qualified for that job. I am so tired of seeing people who are not qualified get promotions and get jobs just because they whine and they cry, or they throw up their hands and they throw in some kind of discrimination because I'm a woman, discrimination because I'm Jewish, discrimination because I'm black, discrimination because I'm Hispanic. We can cry discrimination for anything, and then we're given a job that we aren't capable of doing, and then we cry about that too, and we want to get paid for doing nothing. Well, that's a far cry from being thankful, but we go back to, I am thankful that my children have learned and take seriously the responsibility that when I go to work, I need to work hard and I need to earn my paycheck. And so I'm thankful that they are a leg up and they are getting experience. Both of my kids have had jobs all of my kids have had jobs since they were 16 and were able to drive. I think my oldest started working when she was 15, and my youngest, not my youngest, but my 18-year-old, he actually went to work at 14 for a family company. So they have started learning that responsibility and the ability to work and work for others and earn your pay, and I'm thankful for that. Once my kids, my older two, and have moved out, went to college and moved out, they never needed to move back in. They were able to take care of themselves, and they understood that you need to do what you needed to do. My oldest, she worked 3 jobs, but she was responsible for herself, and she took care of herself, and I'm very proud of her for that. My second daughter, she works hard. She earns her money. She knows how to save it, spend it. She knows all that stuff. She's very responsible with her money, and we'll see. The next one is in college right now, and we'll see how he does, but so far he is taking full responsibility for himself at college. He's paying for his own school, he's paying for all his own supplies, he pays for his own clothing, he works, he's getting A's in all of his classes at school, and I couldn't be prouder of him. And then my 18-year-old does still live at home, but he is also working hard and earning a good paycheck and showing his signs of him being, once he moves out, he won't move back in. He's got this. So thankful for my family and for my entire family that has supported me emotionally through all of this. Physically with work and help and being available to me, as well as giving encouragement to my kids and not coddling or catering to them when things were hard, but really listening to them and letting them speak, but also speaking truth into their lives, because I think a lot of times when we go to therapy and stuff like that, we get this these false messages that are like, oh, well, it's okay, you have right to feel that. You do have a right to your feelings, but guess what? You still have responsibilities. So let's figure out how you can do that. It's not okay for you to just lay in bed all day long because life is going hard for you. And so I'm thankful to my family for that, and that they continue to be available and supportive, because I know that not all families are that way. Not all families do rally around their family members when something is hard or when something bad happens. And for those people who don't have that, I have a lot of compassion, because I don't know what I would do without my family. Alright, so I just arrived at work, and so I guess my ranting is over, but again, thankful. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and I am so thankful for the family members that I am going to get to spend time with, and I'm sad that there are some family members that will not be there, but that's okay. I mean, we do what we can do. If you have liked this video, please thumbs up. If you are liking the content, please consider subscribing to my channel. and hitting the notification button so that you'll be notified when content is posted. I know I've posted every day for the last 4 days, but a lot of times I might go a week or 2 or a month between content, just depending on my ability to be able to turn on the camera. Again, thanks for watching, and if you disagree with anything that I have to say, you have that right. This is my life, this is my journey, these are my thoughts and my feelings, the way that I raise my children and the way that I deal with my family, and you have the right to do yours. Just keep in mind that there is a big picture, and it is bigger than my personal family, and it is bigger than your personal family, and the state of our country and the state of our world starts with us. Have a great day.